So I was at the dentist, and I was just waiting for my my appointment. I was sat in the waiting room, and they took like 20 minutes to get to me. They finally called me out after I nearly die of old age, and this woman comes out, and she's got like lip filler, like fake cheeks. I don't know what it's called, where they look like a duck with like like tent poles sticking out of their face. And she was like, Saxon, come with me. And I was like, yep, on it. Walk in, and there's like, so it's like the main dentist, and then like the lip filler woman was just like the assistant. I don't know why I'm having a go at her, but as most dentists do, she made me sit down, and she was just doing the notes and that, trying to pull my stuff up. And for some reason I felt really nervous. I don't know why, but I just sat in the chair, and then the other woman who I hadn't seen yet, she's got a rolly chair, and she like rolls up like that, and she's like, "So how you doing then? How have you been?" And I was like, what's with the freaky eye contact? And a few years ago, when I was in school, I had this science teacher, and she would stare you down, like properly, like, you'd be talking and she'd be like this, and like getting close and be like, "How you doing? How you getting on with your work?" And I remember reading this thing, which was like, if you hold eye contact with someone for more than like 5 seconds, then you're a psychopath. And I was like, oh, I don't want people thinking I'm a psychopath. And I was a freaky little teenage boy. I was like, I couldn't hold eye contact with my own mother. I was just like, actually that sounds a bit weird. Maybe not my mum. Maybe just like any woman around I couldn't really hold eye contact with, because I was just a nervous little freaky boy. So with the science teacher, I would always be like, I'd be like, when you're staring at a cat and the cat doesn't look at you, it's just sort of like, like that. That's how I'd be looking at my science teacher. And it just brought me right back into that moment. And I was like, oh, what am I supposed to do? Because, since then, now I don't really mind holding eye contact with people that much. That's why most of my videos, I'm literally staring right into your little beautiful eyes. But it just brought me back to then. And I was like, oh God, what am I supposed to do? I could feel, I can't lie. This woman was like maybe 30, 40, but I could feel a little bit of sexual tension. I don't know if that's weird. But, she was asking me about how many times I brush my teeth a day. And I was getting a bit freaky. She was doing it in a weird way. She was like, "So, you floss then? You like flossing?" And I was like, what am I supposed to do here? And she had like a little bit of an accent, and I was trying to work out what her accent was. But, it brought me right back to being a little, 14-year-old, just little horny freak. And I'll be honest, I didn't know what to do. I went into a little bit of a nervous breakdown. I was like, yeah, I clean my teeth, yeah. And I was like interrupting her to speak because I was so nervous. Like, she asked me how many times I brush, and I was like, what, 2 times a day, 2 times a day. But after she'd gone over, the usual questions of how many times I brush my flipping teeth, as soon as we were into the bit where she has to dig around inside my mouth hole, I was a bit relieved, I'll be honest, because, I could just shut my eyes and let her do her stuff. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean. It was a bit of relief. As soon as it was done, I was straight out that door. I'll be honest, I felt a bit sexually assaulted by the eye contact, and I came out, and I was a changed man. I mean, I felt like I'd been put right back in my place, from being this guy who doesn't care about eye contact to, now I know how you guys feel when I stare down the camera at you, like, or into your beautiful little eyes. I know how you feel now, and it's not a nice feeling. Like, it goes from sexual tension to a bit intimidating, I'll be honest. And maybe the sexual tension was intimidating for me. As my channel is my whole full name, I really hope I don't get in trouble for making this video. But yeah, hopefully they don't make the connection. And also subscribe if you want, but you don't have to. We're so close to hitting 100. Please subscribe, please. Right, see you later.